CNBC-TV18 present India Inc. on the Move. Smart Manufacturing, powered by Rockwell Automation.
India Inc. on the Move, a smart manufacturing summit powered by Rockwell Automation.
Hello and welcome to India Inc. on the Move, Smart Manufacturing Summit by Forbes India and CNBC-TV18 in partnership with Rockwell Automation.
Apart from the on-ground event, the virtual event saw many insightful discussions on smart factories and the future of manufacturing. The first session was on the theme, Smart Manufacturing, Revamping the Auto Manufacturing Sector.
Not just the auto industry, but even the integrators and production system suppliers like us are at the cusp of a paradigm shift at the moment. The space requirements need to come down drastically, and we need to have lean automation setups with high productivity at the same time. We are working towards the lean manufacturing setup. With our parent company in the Netherlands, we are also setting up robotic proto shops. So what happens is that whatever quality issues we have in the product and in the manufacturing line, we are looking to kill that in the proto stage itself. So with a robotic proto shop, it gives you flexibility. You can use the same equipment in the production line later. You get super premium quality at the product stage itself while it is in the proto. So with that, it enables us to have a much better product when it finally comes to launch.
First is understanding the key trends which is happening around us. The trends like digitization, urbanization, rise of Gen Z, and sustainability. So these four key trends which are evolving around the environment, especially the automotive. So this needs to be captured by the industry, by the people or the company well. So we have to be dynamic in terms of our response, in terms of capturing the scenarios, in terms of market, customers, and competition. We all know that QCD is very important for any customers or OEMs. So the performance, quality, and agility, I would say these three are the very important parameters which every organization have to keep a track of it. So performance in terms of the technology, in terms of the component or the product performance in the field, the quality in terms of the deliverables, could be on the development or engineering or to the manufacturing, then agility.
There is a lot of technologies in EV which is actually in a nascent stage, and day by day there are new options which are getting available. Facilities need to be very, very agile to adapt to the new product and subsequent processes. It should have a built-in flexibility that if there is a change in a process which is for good, that the system should able to adopt. At the same time, as a customer is expecting a best product at a very, very reasonable price. So all these processes should be also able to support the cost pressure, and at the same time, it should have a built-in quality so that the safety of users are ensured.
I think one has to look at the entire landscape that is out there and how that is also changing. So one key aspect to look at is the consumer profile today, and not just the consumer, but the influencer profile. So we see it as a good mix of, whether you call it Gen X, Gen Y, millennials, in fact, even some young alphas, baby boomers, all of them come together, right? And what actually is the lowest common denominator for everybody? It is technology. So we see technology playing a very key factor for larger set out there, number one. Number two, we see that the second aspect is about experience being very, very important, and then speed. We looked at MG being established as an auto tech brand. You then understand that what are the pillars required for your brand to go further. So then we looked at innovation being a key aspect for the brand, which means constant work in the area of connected cars, electric vehicles, autonomous cars. So therefore, from an experience perspective, we started to focus on, from very beginning, on digital areas.
The next session held discussions on smart manufacturing in heavy industries.
there is a state of transition now. Like earlier cases, we used to go for most of the items in a mechanical basis or so. Now we are giving more importance towards digitalization, where the application of IoT in heavy industries and all other industries, like mining sector also, we are using it for this exploration and all the equipment devices which is connected to the drilling, blasting or HMI equipment, or in a heavy industries like motors, then rollers, then any other equipment used for production. With this Internet of Things, we are able to get the data related to the rock structure. Because I am in a mining sector, I will just emphasize certain things that the related to rock structure, strata provided for drilling, blasting, and for subsequent mining.
There are multiple things technology brings on the safety side of it. I'll give few examples. First, let me talk about AR, VR, which is very commonly used in many companies now. This kind of submersive experience gives someone a better or make them better trained rather than having them listen to a topic by an expert. Another one which you have seen that is on the drone side of it. Examples like working at height. Instead of a human going and checking it, can drones do that? I have seen that happening now. Robotics. This is one of the key pillar to this transformation on the safety side. Many things which is very tough terrain or things which is like very tough for human. If robots can replace that, it will bring safety, though it will also bring consistency. So the overall productivity can go better.
Digital technologies are actually making a game-changing difference, to the heavy industry equipments, because right from the product design stage, where you're able to practically virtually commission these equipments, right? So that you can have as few incidents of errors while commissioning, so you get the quickest possible startup, alignment, and aggregation across the plant. Increasingly, there is use of digital technologies in helping simulate. Oftentimes, we use this phrase called the digital twin. When you work in a digital realm as opposed to the physical realm, you're able to carry out those changes, simulate what will be the impact on the process. And when you're satisfied with the changes that you want to carry out, you can actually carry it out in the physical realm.
Initially, this Industry 4.0 was taken by most of the manufacturing companies as a buzzword. If we talk about the cement industry or maybe metal industry kind of thing, they're using these kind of tools like industrial Internet of Things, using machine connectivity with the ERP. So those kind of things we have started using. We will be going ahead on Industry 4.0.
After this insightful discussion, it was time for the next panel to talk about smart manufacturing in the FMCG sector.
Let me tell you, we are 100% digital. And when I say 100% digital with IoT-based technology, we thought that why we have been working more on the market side and also the automation technology on the plant side. It was very high time to work on the animal side. So we said, let us first digitalize the animal. Today we can, with that IoT-based technology, we can predict that how many animals are going to get sick after 2 days, which is not possible for human being today. But we can do it for animals, and it is available on our dashboards. And the second important thing is we have been able to predict this animal will come under heat, and we can do the artificial insemination. So this entire model on digitalization platform has made the life of the farmer as well as the health of the animal and for the organization becomes very easy. So this data can be only available once you have a technology at the farm level. So once you have the data, the technology has derived with artificial intelligence and data analytic models. We have moved beyond that. We got a kind of iPad on the back of the trucks, and today we have more than 40 trucks moving on the road with the let-along and with the GPS technology, and the sampling of this milk is along with the RFID tag on the different bottles. So when the milk comes to the plant, we are tracking that entire movement. The testing is done through the machines. The data is captured. and then you come to know from where this milk has come. So this transparency, accuracy, and the data will help you take decisions much faster, accurate, and obviously all your costs would go down.
Launching of products because of complex environment and multi-product environment, doing it faster than others is a big thing, for people who are manufacturing these items, and technology is a big enabler there. And there are many ways by which it can help achieve faster time to market for manufacturers. So creating machines from ground up to optimize productivity, quality, safety, and providing insights and information to the decision makers is a must for the manufacturers, right? There are multiple elements of smart manufacturing that drive faster time to market. It could be delivering or improving overall equipment, effectiveness by adding operational hours, on an existing machine. It could be reducing process mix time, as an example, or producing more units or parts in a particular shift, and so on. At the same point of time, increasing throughput and reducing downtime could also accelerate faster production. That's another way by which you can achieve, faster time to market. Planning inventory, raw materials, and producing finished products with minimal quality deviations could also reduce the manufacturing, time as well. So diverse mix of products and a wider range of distributors and trading partners with a varied demand, that means you got to get most out of your production, packaging, supply chain, and so on. All this is possible when you have automated machines with almost no manual entry or process, which are connected at the cell level of the manufacturing level, but then you finally expand them to a much larger enterprise level, for a more enhanced visibility and connected operations.
The next panel discussed smart manufacturing in the chemical industry.
Chemical industry is also leveraging digital technologies in a big way. We use cloud computing, so we have our nodes on cloud. We also use big data analytics for analyzing our data, so which we collect from our DCS plants. So be it predictive analytics, be it descriptive or prescriptive analytics, all kind of analytics we are doing using the big data analytics. We also use artificial intelligence in terms of the surveillance of the plant.
Barring operational excellence, manufacturing excellence related themes, compliance, environmental compliances, and safety aspects, those are extremely relevant and important. And issues like fugitive emissions, how do you track them, how do you control them, and how do you continually are able to ensure that there is no such incident which is happening, and if there are any possibilities, how quickly, how much early alerts you can get so that you can act on it in a proactive manner.
Process safety is of very deep concern to anybody who operates in chemical industry. Chemical industry uses a lot of energy. It uses toxic chemicals. It uses hazardous or combustible chemicals and carries out reactions which are, you might say, runaway reactions. The life and health of the people who operate these plants is at stake, and we must do everything in our power to be able to make sure that their safety is ensured. From that point of view, everything that the technology can do to sustainably improve the operational situational awareness has to be done, and technology plays a huge part over there. So one of them that has come forth as a very important technology and very practical one is to be the ability to build digital twins. A few other ways in which operators situational awareness can be improved is through operator guidance system supported by augmented reality kind of solutions.
According to scientific research, digitalization is in manufacturing contributes positively to environmental sustainability by increasing resource and information efficiency. Actually, if you see applying Industry 4.0 technologies throughout the product life cycle results in a smaller eco footprint, okay, and less harmful energy resources materials and chemicals basically it also contributes, and optimizing energy efficiency and decrease cost in manufacturing.
For the industry, I think it's very relevant to have an end-to-end approach. So that means it's the sustainability impact across the value chain. That means starting from how they are sourcing the raw material until what is actually the carbon footprint of their end products. So it is not just during the manufacturing itself, but it is across the life cycle of the product that the sustainability aspect has to be looked at.
Taking the conversation forward was the next panel discussion on smart manufacturing in the life sciences industry.
Industry 4.0 is something which is a mix of digitalization and automation. This is to bring transparency and efficiency by real-time visibility and insights for faster decision making. In order to achieve digitalization, there has to be an ecosystem of the cyber physical space. And when this ecosystem is created, that is what becomes the smart factory or the future factory. In context of pharma, this essentially becomes Pharma 4.0. Now, how the industry is adopting it is by leveraging this ecosystem. They're trying to develop the use cases. And some of the pertinent use cases in pharma realm are like predictive maintenance, continuous quality assurance, real-time process optimization, digital twins for automated quality controls, digital technology transfer, etc. And the reason the industry is moving towards them is essentially to increase their output, to enhance their quality, agility, improve safety, and also reduce waste.
Last decade, I would say, we at Dr. Reddy's did a lot of investment in terms of connecting all our information, all our data, and digitalizing all the information. So what we called as digitize the core. So we had made a lot of investment on that. So we could use a lot of use cases on top of that to create some success stories out of that. And once we saw success out of that, we went for a big bang at our largest facility in Hyderabad. And we coined it Ops Next. And we used close to about 40 Industry 4.0 use cases from 6 technologies on Industry 4.0. And we've seen significant improvement. In fact, that's now going to be our biggest lever in terms of transitioning from where we are to being the most productive in the world.
Started the journey of the paperless in the year 2014, and we have achieved almost 90% of the all our research and development, manufacturing, and supply chain, and completely in the automation. So India is also emerging in the contract development manufacturing. So it is very more important to have automated tools to help the new molecules come to the market in a faster way. So in R&D, the AI model for drug discovery is helping us to bring the predicting drug-protein interactions, as well as predict physicochemical properties, and as well as predicting bioactivities. Also, the technology is helping us to predict the success rate in clinical trials, and also predict the success rate in the market also.
Many of our pharma players in India are actively working on various projects to take this forward. And the generic industry is going through major changes. The prices have been crashing, the raw material prices have been increasing. So there is tremendous pressure on the industry to improve the cost. That's why the industry is looking at this revolution and the digitalization to have more avenues for the cost improvement.
And the final panel discussion was on smart manufacturing in the warehousing industry.
It's normal practice to set up control towers across the supply chain in e-commerce. And we collect a lot of data at these various control towers. And we use this data to continuously, optimize our network design and our flows and improve our speed and efficiencies. So we have the pickers or our warehouse associates going on a picking route and picking the various items for an order. So we use algorithms to actually optimize the picking route of our warehouse associates to be able to maximize efficiency and productivity.
I think warehouse operations have been seeing an increasing complexity, and they've moved a long way from being just a storage location. And there's a high need for flexible, high throughput, and compact material handling solutions. So with this background, what we see is, it's quite an evolving thing, especially for OEMs. I think while there are constraints to work around, but there's a high growth of opportunities. But it also means that they have to design, they have to build and deploy solutions which are quite diverse and kind of custom. So it all means that we need to be much faster and right the first time. And that's where probably digital twin makes a big impact. It helps build better systems, and you could keep rethinking and make it better while it is still on the soft way.
Of all the technologies that we can harness, I presume the most transformational will be the adoption of digital twin technology. Warehouse operations are getting more complex, inventory is getting more diverse, many SKUs getting added that the e-commerce has brought in, and customers now expect lightning fast fulfillment. Keeping a sense of all this, smart companies are now building digital twins of their warehouse operations and using them to manage complexities and improve the performance. The biggest advantage is visualization. Design of the warehouse has become easier and friendlier. With digital twins, companies can try out new floor plans and test new workflows virtually. They can introduce new variables and parameters to their operations and assess the impact of those. Every aspect of operations can be monitored and tweaked, including SKU mix, ordering and shipping, demand spikes. In short, warehouse performance can be improved far more quickly and with optimal cost than in the past.
Computerized equipments in machines like robot, like AGVs, AMRs, ASRS systems, transport systems like conveyors, RGV, are the smart machines which can sense, collect data, process electronic signals, and use various softwares to assign and complete various tasks. While the artificial intelligence enhances the cognitive capabilities of computerized equipments by enabling them to make independent decisions. Artificial intelligence is gradually revolutionizing, let's say that they're trying to transform traditional warehouses into smart ecosystems that utilize advanced technology to automate warehouse operations. This helps to basically help them to proactively predict the performance of the workers, identify the challenges in the supply chain, and let's say reducing the turnaround of the entire order fulfillment process.
With that, we come to the end of some riveting discussions to make India the smart factory of the world.
Forbes India, CNBC-TV18 present